So they would make brushes and combs, things like that, ornamental bracelets. And so even the eggs were eaten at one point as a ceremonial type of, maybe for weddings or funerals. So we had to change sort of our culture over many, many decades before it became obvious that their life cycle is in peril. And if we don't stop the production of basically bringing these in for a food source, they are going to be wiped out totally. So I'm glad we turned it around in the 70s. They're beautiful, they're not aggressive, they're very docile, mostly herbivores, but they do eat a little bit of fish and some jellyfish when they're smaller. So they do have one island where the vast majority of the nest sites are. It is called the French Frigate Shoal. It's 600 miles from here. And they build their nests there. They go back to where they were, quote, born, and build a nest, and the nest holds about 100 eggs. And then 2 months later, while the nest is under the sand, they break out and they head to ocean. And only 1 out of 100 eggs actually makes it out to the ocean. And 1 out of 10 nests makes it up to reproductive age without any interference. So you can see how it would take a very, very, very long time to get a threatened or critically endangered animal like a sea turtle back to its normal populations without the interference of breeding facilities. So Sea Life Park has done a fantastic job, and every time I go to the beach now I get to see them. And if you go snorkeling, you'll probably encounter at least 1 or 2 during your visit here. And some of them actually haul out and just hang out on the sand. And that means they're in a really safe environment, got plenty of food, they can come up and just rest for a couple of hours or all day long. Our nonprofit information is here. If you want to learn more about it, please, the main thing is keep a distance of at least 10 feet. Don't touch them. If you get to the beach, please take your own trash. And if you have a bag, maybe pick up a couple of extra items. Single use, probably the second most common thing that is avoidable with single use is going through the drive-through or asking for pickup to take home. How many times do you get home and they've already put in 4 or 5 utensils? And so you have to tell them ahead of time when you order, please, no single-use plastics, soy containers, whatever. You just don't need it. You're taking it home. Or if you do the drive-through, how many times do you use a knife or fork? Very, very rarely, unless it's a poke bowl. Yeah.
What was that you were feeding?
Today we fed them lettuce and cucumbers.
Regular lettuce and cucumbers.
Yeah, that's where it started, no problem. It's hard to tell, they eat it so quickly. So thanks for loving our sea turtles and coming to my presentation. And they can hold their breath a full 5 hours once they're full adults. That is the record. And they only have one predator, which is the tiger shark. And the tiger shark actually has serrated teeth. They can cut right through the shell of the smaller ones, probably not the full adults. But they do enjoy eating turtles and monk seals. So they could take a couple of huge breaths if they knew a tiger shark was in the area, zoom down and hide under the reef, wedge in pretty easily, and hide from tiger sharks for up to 2 or 3 hours easily. So they do sleep underwater sometimes, take a nap. On the shore too. And they're only sea turtle in the world that can haul out just to relax on the beach. All the other ones just haul out to build their nests. Any other questions, you guys?
Where did you see them when you snorkeled?
On the beach? Oh, they're on all the beaches.
It's not all of them.
Yeah, pretty much at the ends of the beaches where the coves are, because they eat a lot of algae usually off the lava rock. So they usually bunch up near the edges of the coves on the ends. And just about every beach on Maui now has them. Just gotta take your time. They look like boulders.
Yeah.
It's very easy to walk right up to them and almost stub your toe on them. Yeah, you gotta be watching for them. They're fantastic. They're gonna get up to about 250 pounds, maybe as tall as here, and about this big around. And they can't even reproduce until they're about 15 to 30 years of age. At that time, the male will have a longer tail, so you can identify them in the ocean, the gender. Female's tail will never go beyond her back flippers. But at that point, they're going to be probably probably 200 pounds. Yeah, they're wonderful to see. I'm really glad they're back. I used to dive here back before I moved here, and I told a dive master I saw a green sea turtle in 1992, and he actually said, I don't think so. And I'm like, what do you mean? You know, it was a sea turtle. And I had a camera, so I showed him a picture the next day, and I got the film developed back in the day. And he was like, so glad to see that. I really had never seen one there. So that's how much it has changed in only 30 years, 35, yeah, 40 almost, I guess.